So let's get to the end of the book. The Bit von Rheingold character here appears again. This kind of reminds me of the Martin Scorsese like endings where you'll have a whole group of characters kind of talking around each other,
Which
and then
chapter?
you get
Which
little bits and
chapter are
pieces
you on?
here and there.
Chapter 16.
It's chapter 16, and it is page 487.
All right. Okay, gagging the Wawa Wavo.
And this eventually leads to a great poetic moment towards the end of the book, talking about framing scenes earlier on, and I just want to read it and then get your thoughts. If I can find it here, but talk a little bit about that chapter before I read the thing. Do you agree that it is kind of Scorsese-like in that you get multiple characters talking, and some of them are gossiping over in the side about each other?
Well, I have to see. I don't even remember how the book ends here because Bit shut up. You got Roger. So, this is where they're at the restaurant, I think. And so.
No, so my apologies. It's 5:53, I think. Let me see here.
Well, bagging the Wawa Wavo starts at 4:80. 5:53 is the intermission, so it ends at 5:27. So, some of the other laughed outside would have been going on. The air was with something Irving Berlin. Yeah, I mean this is just sort of setting them up. You see Carla. This might be the first chapter Carla appears in. It's a typical chapter that's a 1960s kind of chapter. 1960s stuff. There's a lot of films where you see people at restaurants. We later have the Rat Pack, Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack. I think that's in the second book, that chapter. But Carla, whatever that old mafia don looking. Yeah, so that's Paul. This is where Paulie first meets Carla in this chapter. He just eyes her, and Tony, man, this midget. So Bit is doing one of his things where he's on the tables. Bit in several times in this book and in other books. Bit is like in my spy book, I have Bit in a Carmen Miranda dress with one of those fruit hats dancing around. Bit's always pulling, he's always mooning someone or dancing on tabletops or whatnot.